The Middle East has been on the edge since the beginning of the Israel-Hamas war 1 year ago. But now the war has taken a dangerous turn with the possibility of an Israel-Lebanon conflict and also a conflict between Israel and Iran-backed Hezbollah. Not one, but two precise intelligence operations have taken place. On 17 September 2024, explosives planted in 5,000 pagers used by Hezbollah operatives went off simultaneously, killing at least 9 people and leaving around 3,000 injured. The very next day, Hezbollah was targeted again. And this time, not pagers, but walkie-talkies used by members of the group exploded across the country, leading to deaths of at least 20 people and leaving more than 450 injured. Several solar energy systems used by residents in Beirut and southern Lebanon also exploded. Israel and Hezbollah have been at odds for decades now. While Israel has not claimed responsibility for these attacks, several reports indicate that Israel has been planning these attacks since 2022. Israeli intelligence officials formed a shell company, BAC Consulting, which manufactured these pagers and filled these devices with explosives and detonation switches. This company was contracted by a Taiwanese firm which sold the pagers to their clients, including the Hezbollah. Israel Defense Minister has told Israeli forces that they are at the start of a new phase of war, and without directly mentioning the explosions or claiming responsibility, he said the results were very impressive. Lebanon's envoy to the UK has warned that any ground incursion by Israel will lead to a doomsday regional war. He said that so far, Lebanon armed forces have not intervened in the tensions between Israel and Hezbollah, but they will not be mute spectators if Israel launched a major assault on the ground or from air. As we've been seeing over the past many months, Hezbollah has been acting in support of Palestinian armed group Hamas. Both Hezbollah and Hamas are backed by Iran and have been designated as terrorist organizations by Israel, UK and other nations. Over the last few days, Israel warplanes have been carrying out heavy strikes in southern Lebanon, targeting Hezbollah sites. According to reports, these are the most intense strikes on Lebanon territory since the Gaza war began last October. Israel and Hezbollah tensions go back to 1982 when Israel invaded Lebanon in response to attacks launched by Palestinian Liberation Organization from southern Lebanon. Hezbollah as a group was created with the support of certain Muslim groups and Iran to repel Israel. What these pager and walkie-talkie attacks against Hezbollah and Lebanon indicate is an attempt by Israel to expand the war to enable Israelis who fled to areas near the Lebanese border to return home safely. And that's why Israel may be wanting to create a safe buffer zone in southern Lebanon. The US has called for restraint. UK has called for an immediate ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah. On one hand, Israel is attacking Hezbollah in Lebanon. On the other, it continues to attack the Hamas in Gaza. On the 7th of October this year, it will be exactly 12 months since Hamas launched a surprise attack on Israel, breaching the Gaza-Israel border, killing almost 1,200 people, including 815 Israeli citizens, and taking 251 Israelis and foreigners captive. Today, there is no end to the war in sight or the possibility of a ceasefire. Iran too has vowed to punish Israel. For India, tensions and a wider conflict in the Middle East has major ramifications. We have over 9 million Indians working and living in the Middle East region. 50% of India's oil needs are met by imports from the Middle East. It could impact the crucial Chabahar port for India, which allows us to connect with Iran and Afghanistan. A wider conflict will disrupt trade in oil and fertilizers for India, drive up logistics costs, thus creating inflationary pressures for the Indian economy.